heat energy, that is the natural resource of the sun, will be giving us heat energy and light energy, right? And at the same time, we will be having other energies like electrical energy, mechanical energy, chemical energy, and so on. Now, let us discuss why the energy crisis have been occurred in this situation. In the present situation, we have a high demand for the energy, right? Now, let us discuss why there is energy crisis. Because candle, hot water, plate. If you take these three examples, in candle, when the wax melts, we will be getting the light and the heat. And at the same time, for the hot water, when we use the gas, right, in order to burn and to make it warm and to make it heat, the hot water, and if at all the hot water is transferred into cold water, the heat energy what the water is absorbed will be disappeared. That means it is not transferred into the useful energy. And while coming to the plate, if you throw a plate, the sound energy is created, right? In turn, that sound energy is not useful for making any other useful things, right? Now, by this what we have concluded is some energies are useful and some energies are non-useful in this universe. So, some energies which are making the productiveness, that is, they are fulfilling some purpose. Therefore, we know the law of conservation of energy, that is, energy is neither created and not destroyed, but it transfers from one stage to other stage. Now, whenever there is a transfer of energy from one stage to other, that means from either chemical to electrical or light to electrical or heat to electrical or whatever may be, when there is a transformation of energies, there will be obviously the loss of energy because of the transformations. Okay, we will not be getting 100% electrical energy transferred into 100% of light energy. In the middle, there are leakages of energies, and thus there is a reduction of energies, and thus we are getting the crisis of energy. Now let us see what are the good sources of energy. Let us discuss which type of sources are good source. If you observe, we have two types of sources of energy, that is renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. Renewable sources of energy is nothing but which can be renewed again, that means which can be repeated or recycled and reused for the purposes. While coming to non-renewable, non-renewable cannot be used for other purpose, right? Let us take the non-renewable like diesel, coal, petroleum, all these come under non-renewable because they cannot be reproductive. Once if you use the coal, it will be turned into ash, right? And the further ash cannot be used for any purpose. If at all you take the sun's energy, right? Sun's energy you can be using every time, and solar energy, right? And that is said to be as renewable energy. Now let us discuss the muscular energy. Muscular energy is the energy what you get by using your muscles, that is the strength of the muscles. The work what you are doing day to day life will be kept and it cannot be reproduced again. Again we have to take something to get the strength, right? And at the same time, the electricity what we are using cannot be recycled. That means it is used up for the household equipments, right? Therefore, what we will be saying is that good source of energy should have some characteristic properties such as it should be, that means it should be renewable, and it should be recycled, that means it should be easily accessible. That means if you take electricity, right, it is easily accessible. If you observe the coal, it should be carried in heavy loads, that means transport system, and it is very heavy process, that means it takes a large duration of time. It should be less in time and it should be more accessible and it should be stored in easy form, and at the same time it should have the easy transportation, and also at the same time it have to consider the main concept, that is economical, that means it should be very cheap, it should be very frequent to the common man also, it should be reachable for the common man also, right? That is the four properties of the good source of energy. Now let us see the other type, that is the forms of energy. What are the forms of energy? Previously we have discussed, right, the types or the forms, that is we have said that potential energy, kinetic energy, muscular energy, all these are the forms of energies that depends upon the source. And what are the sources we have discussed, like the sources means the object or the thing which is the productor, that means which is the producer of these energies. If at all let us take sun sun is productive of solar energy. And if you take the biogas, and this biogas will be the productive of the gas, right? What you are using, gobar gas and all. And the coal you take, that is the source of thermal energy. In this manner, water is also considered as the thermal energy, right? Now, these are the sources of energy and forms of energy. Potential energy, kinetic energy are the different types of energy forms. And now let us discuss one activity such as if you take in olden days, if the people used to live in forest areas, right, in rural areas and all, those times they used to cook their food with the help of the sticks. That means they used to have the fire with the help of the stone strings and of the sticks. But nowadays we are using the technical things, right? Electrical things, electrical cookers, electrical heaters, and even gas cylinders, LPG gas, liquefied petroleum gas you are using for the cooking purpose. That means there is a lot of tremendous change between those eras and now. But if you observe, previous days they used to burn the sticks, right? Wood, they used to cut the plants for the sake of fire, right? That is leading to the production of two things, that is heat and smoke. That means because of cutting of this wood, we will be getting the wood, it will be getting the heat, that is the light in order to cook, and at the same time heat and the smoke, that is the smoke consists of carbon gases which are very dangerous to the lungs. The fossil fuels which are acting as the sources of energy. If you observe in this picture, you will be seeing that the coal is playing a major role, that is the major portion is covered by the coal as the resource. That means around 70 to 80% resources are coal. That means the sources of energy are coal, because actually India is a country where we have a lot of coal mines as compared to others. Now we are using these coal mines in order to produce the electrical energy with the help of thermal energy. Thermal energy is developed by burning of the coal at high temperatures, right? So the thermal energy is further converted into electrical energy with the help of the turbines. Now these coal resources have been diminished as far because of the greater extent, but the coal, after the combustion, there are some things, that is uncombusted molecules or atoms of coal. That is, they are resulting in the formation of hydrocarbons and chlorofluorocarbons, that is CFC. CFC, that is very harmful gases, that is carbon monoxide gas, carbon dioxide gas and chlorofluorocarbons. All these gases are released by the uncombusted or improper combustion coal mines. So therefore what we are getting is the polluted gases, that is which are not at all good for the health and it is very dangerous to the health of the human body. And these polluted gases, when they are released into the atmosphere, they are internally affecting the ozone layer, and at the same time it is resulting into the global warming, that is greenhouse gas effects, and all these are coming under consideration. But while coming to other types of gases, that is what the resources, you see hydrogen gas, that is hydrogen, we will be using the source as the hydrogen. And if you see the petroleum, that is petroleum products, natural gas, that is LPG gas, all these are the liquefied coal products, that is liquid form. Now while compared to this nuclear energy will be getting the tremendous energy as the output, but we have to use the uranium as a resource, right? Now that is uranium 265 like that we will be using here. And while coming to the wind energy we obviously know wind energy is a renewable energy, but it depends upon the wind and the air factors, and they are acting as the sources of energy. While coming to the solar energy and another energy such as the ocean energy, that is tidal energies, because of the tidal waves we will be generating some energies. We will be discussing in detail about all these energies, that is renewable and non-renewable, and how this affect the they are useful for us? Let us discuss the thermal energy, that is thermo power plant. How this thermo power plant will be operating, that is if you observe here in this thermo power plant, you will be seeing that, for example, let us take a cooker, right? Steam cooker, and the steam is generated from this, and this steam is applied as the input on the fan or a turbine, which is made up of metallic plates, and this steam which is operating as the input for this fan or turbine, it will start rotating this fan in clockwise direction. Therefore, the thermal energy is provided, that is the wind energy and thermal energy simultaneously generated by this is transferred to the dynamometer, which converts this thermal energy into electrical energy, will be transferred to the transformer, and from this transformer it is passed towards three-phase supply to the household equipments and industrial purposes, and here we will be using the generator. This generator is useful to convert this thermal energy into electrical energy, and the dynamometer which is acting here produces a large amount of thermal energy with the help of these electrical and magnetic field effects which are rotating this turbine in clockwise direction. Therefore, what I want to say is just how these thermo power plants, that is, for example, here I have taken the cooker, right? But the raw material what we are using here is coal. This coal, when we are taking into a burners, right? Then here it will be like tube-like structures. In this, the water will be passed out, and this coal which is down will be burned with the help of the fire, and at high temperatures this water will be converted into steam, and this steam is led as an input towards these turbines, and the energy generated by these turbines is transferred towards the dynamometer and further towards the generator, and then we will be getting the output as the electrical energy, that is three-phase alternating current, and which is used for household equipments, that is one-phase supply, and for three-phase supply it is going to the industrial areas. Now, in this process we have seen this, that water is converted into steam at high temperatures, and at the same time the gases which are generated by the burning of the coal leads to the harmation or harmful to the atmosphere. Those gases are released from the chimney towards the atmosphere, and day by day if you observe there is a critical crisis of energy because of coal which is extinguishing. That means there are limited coal areas and coal supplies. So that is, coal mines are very limited. It is not frequent and not frequently available for us in order to generate this electricity. Therefore we have converted this production of electricity from thermal energy to hydro power plants and nuclear power plants. If you observe, from those also we are trying to get the electricity as output because to meet our daily needs. Okay. Now let us discuss the other power plants and how other resources, the resources of energy such as water, nuclear energy and biogas,